I live in London. I think it's one of the greatest cities in the world. I've got a good job, amazing friends, and I feel really lucky to call this place home. The thing is, I've set myself up almost too well now in that everything just feels a bit similar and predictable. Something had to change, and I thought maybe some time away from work, meeting some interesting people would help me get some better perspective on my life back at home. So I took a couple of weeks off work and jumped on a plane to Morocco. I landed in Rabat, the capital city. It was a massive culture shock and exactly what I was looking for. I didn't realise it was on the coast and I really wanted to surf. I met this guy Youssef that said he could get me a board and a suit, so I ended up hanging out with him and his friends for a while.
Surfing is like getting so close to nature. It's the best sport you can ever do, I think. It makes you respect nature, clean up the beach, respect human, makes you learn from your errors, because you always fall down and stand up again. It always gets matched.
It was good fun hanging out with Youssef, and it sounded as though his whole life was pretty much just built on surfing and travelling.
I think traveling is life, though. If you don't travel, you won't meet people. If you don't meet people, you just stay as you are. You won't be open-minded. I think traveling makes you open-minded, makes you see things, makes you put you in difficult positions. You're alone somewhere you don't know, you don't speak the language. You just have to act, a human being acts, you know? Just go back to reality and act as a human being because you don't know what to do.
I felt very welcome hanging out with these guys. There didn't really seem to be any big egos and everyone seemed to kind of just look out for each other. Youssef also introduced me to this young guy, Chadi, that he coaches and mentors.
Now he's 18, turning 19. It's the age where you can do all the trouble, you know? You go for girls, you go for parties, you forget the surf. I'm just as a big brother for him, trying to find him the good contracts. He's still young, he can't read his contracts. His parents doesn't have that much money to take him to a lawyer or whatever.
شي جربت كاينين لي سبونسور ما فهمتي هما عندهم بيزنس ديالهم ماشي عرفوا ما فهمتي هما يمكن لهم سبونسور يعني كان جاو عندي ريبكر وكويك وداكشي ساعه مناض شي لعيبات مهم تنسيرفي انايا راسي ما جيت الاول في الكافير وفي التور ديال لافريك دوزيام سيركوي كامله دوزيام نقدرش نعيش بلا بحال مجوج بيه انا.
I kind of manage him. I'm more like his big brother than a manager though. I don't like the word manager. I prefer the word big brother. Yeah, I just look after him. He's a good guy. He's talented. He's the best one we have in Morocco. If I can help him, I will do my best.
I ended up spending 3 days with Youssef and he even invited me to stay at his house and insisted I took his bed while he slept on the sofa. I was so overwhelmed with how friendly and generous everyone seemed to be.
Friendship is sharing, I think. If you don't share with your friends, with who do you share? With yourself. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that much. I don't think so. I think life is about sharing, traveling, meeting people.
My first experience of Moroccans have been incredible. Even though it was just a few days, I felt like I'd made some really good friends and I really look forward to heading back to Rabat someday. Sadly, being pushed for time though, I decided to move on, so I took a train inland. Growing up as a kid, my dad told me some great stories of when he visited this place called Fez about 30 years ago, so I wanted to go there and check it out. I met up with this guy called Lutman who said I could stay with him for a few nights. I was slightly skeptical when I saw how old his flatmate was, but we stayed up drinking this mint-flavoured vodka together and it was good fun. Lukman turned out to be a super nice guy. He works with kids and he seemed to have a pretty good reputation for having a lot of fun in his local neighbourhood.
I really enjoy to work with the children, and always I feel I'm still a child. I don't care with my age and stuff. I really enjoy with them because let's say the children, they're always happy and smiley and they never care. And this is what I really like. I really enjoy it. And never I will stop it in my life.
He seemed to have a lot of free time when I stayed with him, which was great, but I was interested to find out why he didn't work quite as many hours as I do back at home.
Yeah, if you survive, it's okay. The money is not really important in life. To enjoy the time and to smile, and this is the funny things, and the money is a bit important for the life. To get food, if you're sick, you need money. Yeah, if you have children, then you need money to survive them. But it's not a big deal in the life. I know many people, they really have a lot of money, but you never see the smile. I never want to be rich, and I don't care. Yeah, I want just to survive, and that's all. It's not that's why the money is not important, man. It's important the relationship and the friendship and all.
Lukman really went out of his way to show me his life and even took me up to visit this woman he knows who's been living in a cave for 85 years.
Yeah, this lady, I know her actually by my flatmate. My flatmate is original from this village. She lived in a cave in her whole life. She never been outside from the village. And she's really funny woman, and she always smiley. And I keep going, like I keep visiting this woman. And I want really to travel with her outside this village, and this is my dream. And she, in the beginning, she doesn't accept, but now I feel she really wants to be out from the village. And yeah, I will do it.
Hanging out with Lukman was so much fun. I honestly don't think I've met anyone quite like him. He somehow manages to enjoy absolutely everything he does.
The things make me happiness to be around the people, with the people. Even I don't know them, I want to show them what I have, and I want to learn from them something. And this is make me happy. If I am alone, I'm a bit sad. If I'm not at work, I'm not with new people, I'm a bit confused. I'm always try to be around some people. Doesn't mind my friend, I don't know them. Yeah, I try always to be with many people, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I can go in the street like a crazy, stop many people, talk with and stuff, and it's really nice. Even some people they don't like, they say, what the mouth? Why you talking with me? You don't know me. I say, okay, peace, bye-bye. You are not my type. That's good. Yeah, I enjoy, man.
I really didn't want to leave Fez. I was having so much fun, but I was halfway through my trip, so I felt like I should push on. A guy called Mohammed had sent me a message asking if I wanted to go and stay with his family in the Sahara Desert. The only way to get there was a 14-hour night bus, but the sunrise definitely made up for the bad night's sleep. I met Mohammed off the bus and we made our way back to his house. I still couldn't believe this place had broken up, and it was like being in a Star Wars film or something. The local people out here are called Berbers, and it was a way of life so different to what I was used to back at home.
Yes, very nice place to live. Asilaviad is the name of the village. We work to make money to live, and working with tourism, and my family working in mines and building houses, and we are fine.
Sadly, Mohammed had to work, but he put me in touch with his friend Omar, so I had someone to hang out with during the day.
Omar, yes. Omar is my best friend, like a brother. We born in the same place, and we were friends in the same place, and he moved first to Hasilabiat. And after 4 or 5 years, I moved it too. So we are friends and neighbors.
I met up with a couple of guys who'd also been on the night bus, and 2 more people also showed up in the village. It turned out Mohammed and Omar owned a few camels, so we asked if they'd be up for taking us into the dunes.
Sometimes we take the people to see only the sunset or sunrise, and we come back. Sometimes the people, they like to spend 1 night or 2 nights or three days. The last time I passed 5 days in the desert behind the dunes in this area.
We trekked right into the desert where Mohammed cooked us this amazing tagine. Everyone who I was with was from a different country, so we had a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. We spent the night here and camped out under the stars. For me, this was one of the most amazing experiences I'd ever had in my life. Being so far away from home with none of the things I rely on in my everyday life made me feel a huge sense of freedom and almost relief. The way people live out here is amazing, always putting their friends and family before work and possessions. It's a much simpler way of life, but generally everyone just seems a lot happier.
I'm happy now when not I am sick. My family also, we are okay. That is make me very happy. And I live with my father also. We are very happy to live here.
We are not very rich. We don't have a lot of money, but we are rich in heart. And that, I think it's better than everything.
Sadly, my 2 weeks was up and it was time to go home. I really didn't want to leave the desert. It was such a surreal place to visit. I took another really long bus across the Atlas Mountains, and at one point we even saw some snow. Eventually, though, I ended up in Marrakesh and flew back to London. This trip completely changed my life. Since moving to London a couple of years ago, I've been so driven and focused by money and work. Being away by myself gave me a lot of time to think about what aspects of my life I care about the most. I had a good job working in TV with camera equipment and as a camera assistant, but I realised it was just completely taking over my life as I had to work all the time. So when I got back, I saved a bit of money and decided to quit my job, and it's the best decision I've made in ages. I'm now seeing a lot more of my friends, making loads more videos. A band have asked me to come on tour with them this summer to do a tour video, and I've started a production company doing music videos and promo stuff with a couple of my really good friends. It feels weird to think that this all became possible because I went away, but being out of my comfort zone and meeting all these amazing people really gave me a much better understanding of where my priorities lie. And it made me realise that it's not money that I want, it's time. It's time to do all these things that I actually care about. I'm not saying I think everyone should quit their jobs, but I think it's really important to have some time away to think about what you want from your life. I was so easily sidetracked by money and work, but now I've realised, particularly after speaking to Lukman, that once I've made enough money to survive, I need to stop worrying about work and actually enjoy my life.